Hi, my name's Dale and I'm building a wooden boat. A Haven 12.5 wooden sailboat with plans from the Wooden Boat School. The boat will be called Nettlesome in homage to the Herreshoff 12.5 in the collections at Mystic Seaport.
Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Hope it don't rain all day.
I don't have a woodworking or carpentry background, but I love sailing, love being out on the water, and I'm learning the craft of woodworking and boat building and documenting the process along the way. What I've started with is the molds, which I'll show you in another episode, and the stem and forefoot from the Haven.
Here's some of my stock of wood, which is hidden under tarp. And here is the second part of the stem that I just cut out roughly from the white oak timbers.
I've been fashioning that with the patterns from the Haven plans to not only cut it out into the stem and forefoot, but also to create the scarf joint, to mark out the rabbet, and then to carve the rabbet into both sides of the stem. At one point, I re-examined the plans and realized I had neglected to put in copper washers with the nuts on the carriage bolts. And so what I had to do is order some washers and then take the stem pieces apart, reseal and reseat the faying surfaces with bedding compound, and then kind of put them back together. And with the washers, the joint was a lot tighter, more secure, and I think it's going to be more like watertight and waterproof and rot resistant over the long term. Another challenge is just finding the right suppliers and vendors. I've definitely used sites like Jamestown Distributors to get some materials, but one example was the stopwater. Pine dowels I could not find at local home improvement stores, and so I had to sort of basically order some pine dowels through Amazon, and waited for those to arrive before I could put the stopwater in and then complete the rabbet. Now, I almost can't believe it because it's taken so long, but the stem is basically done. I left a little bit of wood. I didn't bevel the face all the way up. I'm working off of, or advised in part by, the Guide to Building the Haven 12.5, published by Maynard Bray. And he says, very reasonably, leave a little bit if you have any doubt. You can take more off later, but you can't put any wood back on. In another episode, I'll talk about the shop, or the kind of workspace that I have, and how that came together. And I'll also talk about how I got into this, like basically why I started on such a significant project with such a modest background. And spoiler alert, is because I'm a guy with a lot of enthusiasm. And so my hope and plan is that that enthusiasm, with enough kind of advice from other boat builders and documentation from the kind of community of Haven builders, will guide me along the way.